Welcome back to the channel. Working on a couple different bikes. So this is my new, to me, 1981 FLT. Shovel, 5-speed, all that stuff. And it's also like 3 o'clock in the morning because I'm shifting over to night shift and we're just gonna work on some things. Over the past couple days, I have been busy acquiring more shovels. So I've got an 80, a 73, and now an 81 in various states of disrepair. So that one needs everything, but I have a couple sets of flywheels. This one needs most of a top end and some other random parts until I delve deeper and figure out, exactly how screwed it is. And this one appears to be the most complete and most usable. It is leaking oil right here from the rear cylinder. So probably some head gaskets. We'll do some other stuff to it. But the rocker boxes don't seem to be leaking. Everything seems to be reasonably clean. All right, so let's start digging into this motor. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna pull some plugs and just see how these look, because these look brand new, which is kind of scary, because I don't know why this bike ended up in a freaking storage bin. So we will see where this is gonna get us. I mean, I'm hoping everything's fine. I think everything's fine. From looking at this motor versus some of the other ones, because I ended up picking up 2 bikes from there. This one definitely by far looks the cleanest. Like, there's definitely corrosion on it. It was not the best storage bin in the world. Doesn't look horrible. Doesn't look great, but it doesn't really look like they've been ran. So that could be good or bad. I guess we'll find out in a little while. I plan on cleaning the carb tonight. And then I'm gonna get some more oil to fill the oil bag up. We'll end up turning it over with the plugs out and get oil circulating through everywhere. I wanna get the oil pressure light to go off before we fire it up, just to make sure I know I have oil going where it's supposed to. We'll pull the carb off here real quick. As expected, because I could see what color the gas was when it was coming out through the accelerator pump. Look at that, that's nice. That's some good varnish right there. Real good. The plus side, and also the scary side, is that all this looks brand new. I don't know why they would put all this into it and then either not finish it, or maybe they blew it up. I don't know. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. The plot thickens. So everything in here, though, like inside the carb, actually looks fine. So all this seems to be working right. I'm gonna pull the jet out real quick, but so you can just smell the varnish and all this stuff on it. Today we're gonna fire this thing up. So we're gonna throw some gas in it because we cleaned the carb last night. Dump some oil into it. Let's do that first. Let's go ahead and throw 2 quarts in over here. I know it's all on the bottom end, so let's see. That at least gives us some decent level. Are we on the dipstick yet? Barely on the dipstick. Hook up the battery, and then I'm gonna pull this plug for the lifter screen out, and we're gonna crank it over some with no plugs. I want to make sure I get fresh oil all the way up through the bike. Let's see if we can get it to turn over. And none of this works. Absolutely none of this works. It's all a switch, so that's cool. None of this is hooked up. This one, that one. Yes. Okay, I got. Yeah, battery's about dead. Looks like I'm pushing oil. Yeah, we're gonna need some more juice. I am pushing oil, so it looks like I got oil up through the motor. Plugs back in. I already know I have spark. I checked that last night. Okay. Jump pack's on. I know we got gas to the carb. Squirting. Yep, squirting. Okay. Turn on the jump pack. It's ready. All right, let's go. See what happens here. Does he not have the juice? Need the Jeep. Okay, so we went with the big jump pack now. Let's see what she'll do. Okay, so the FLT is a runner. So I know the motor in here works. I think, so the starter is not the best. The solenoid seems to be sticking, and the carb is completely screwed. But none of that was really surprising to me. So it'll idle, it doesn't really want to run in the mid-range, and then once you get it up a little bit higher, it picks up. I wasn't gonna rev it a whole bunch because I really don't need to. All I needed to do was make sure that it didn't make any weird noises, and it seemed like it was okay. It seems to be hitting both cylinders. Nothing really crazy is going on. And I'm gonna end up taking, just because I can see where there's some oil and stuff. Yeah, you can see it there where it's fresh on the back end of this one and that. So we're gonna end up pulling at least the heads off. We'll go through everything, see if I need to pull more to the top end, but the base gaskets all look fine. So it's not leaking down there. Clean all those up, new gaskets, put the top end back together, and should be ready to go. We'll throw it right into a chopper. So motor will come out. I'm gonna be selling off this primary, everything associated with the 5-speed, all this stuff. Anybody want an 80-inch fin cover? This would all clean up. Like, I mean, that all just comes right off. So if you want to do like a brushed finish or something on this, you could even polish that. None of this is really pitted real bad. This kind of is, but the outer cover is not too bad. Then all these, all these controls, the crash bar, any of these tins, I would like to sell the whole set because it's kind of all matching. With this nacelle in the front and the tour pack, I've got like 5 of these seats. If anybody's looking for one of these, I don't know if these are FLT and FLH or what, but I've got some more that look very similar to this. So over the next week or so, this will all get torn down, stripped completely, and move on down the line. Anybody looking for any of these wheels too? I've got a couple sets of these that aren't in horrible shape, and everything's gonna be sold cheap, very cheap, because I don't need it and I'm not gonna use it. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna end it off for today. We'll move on down the line for this one, and we'll start getting into that one some more. Again, stroker motor. I know I gotta do, I'm gonna tear it all the way down just because of some of the stuff that I found. So I'll make sure that all that is good completely, but since I already had the motor and the cases and the crank, it's already set up, that'll cut way down on the cost. A little bit of machining work and some other stuff. Probably put some new pistons in it, even though the cylinder walls don't look that bad. I mean, if we'll see. Now if I do have to do an overbore on it or not, and then that one will be ready for the next chop. So this one first, that one second, that one third, because I'm going to have to completely redo it.